Hello viewers, Matthew here from the MMAT YouTube channel. Just going to do a quick review on the Neil Waltz Resizing Die. This die will allow you to resize .22 ammunition for hopefully some better consistency and better accuracy. So this is what you get in the package along with an instructional letter. You can't really call it a manual because it's only one page long. But you get the die itself, a locking ring, the adjustment on the top here, two parts inside, which I'll show you in just a second, and then the shell case holder thingamajigger. So you can see here it's labeled .22 long rifle. So inside you have two resizing tips. One of the tips is a hollow point, so if you drive that into the end of your bullet, it will make it a hollow point if it's not already. And the other end is what I call the Ely tip, and it squishes your bullet a little bit, flattens the tip. And anyway, Ely does it, and apparently it makes your bullets more accurate. So we're going to try it out and just kind of see how it works. So first of all, let me show you how to install it in your press. So first of all, you'll want to decide which tip to use, and that one gets placed in the die like so, and the other one gets put in backwards. That way you don't lose it, and that's what completes the overall length that you need. Screw on the top here. This is how you adjust which length and how much pressure you put on. Then you can lock this locking collar here to keep that from adjusting. I have a Lee single stage press, and any single stage press will do. You simply screw this in all the way till the locking collar touches, and you want the bottom here to just barely touch, or just to be very close to touching. I have mine set up so it's just shy of touching. You don't need any pressure on there at all. The next step is to take your .22 round, slide it into the shell holder, all the way up, and go very gently because you want to make sure you don't impact the top. So I have my adjustment pretty much all the way up, and so I slowly tighten that down, and there I've got some resistance. So now I will lower the ram and turn that 1/2 turn, and then lock the collar. This is just somewhere to start. The good news is .22 ammo is relatively cheap, so you can start off however you like, and then you know, adjust it later if you mess up the first one. So I've got 1/2 turn. I'm going to slide this back up. It's going to impact, resize the bullet, pull it back down, and let's have a look and see what we got here. I'm using Blazer ammunition here, and on the left you can see the original nose, and on the right you can see the slightly deformed nose. So that's not enough according to the instructions. The instructions call for the flat point to make the diameter of the point 125 or 135, in that range. So that's showing us at .085. So we need to bear down in this a little bit harder and get the size where it's recommended. So I'm going to loosen the locking collar here and turn this one more 1/2 turn. So we've now got a full turn, and I'll place the round. Actually, what I'll do is I'll take a new round, place it in there, raise it up, and we'll see what we got now. So I've actually got some Ely 10X here, and here's the second round that we did here. So you can see it actually looks very similar. It's supposed to improve the accuracy, so we're going to go to the range after we're done here, and we're going to do some shooting, and we're going to see if it actually does. As I mentioned before, it also comes with the hollow point tip, so we're going to install that next, and we're going to see just how well it makes hollow points out of regular round nose bullets. So with one full turn you get just a little bit of a hollow point, so I'm going to open this up quite a bit more. I'm going to give it another full turn and we'll see what we get. So that's looking a little bit better. So I've taken a round nose and given it a bit of a hollow point. Now that being said, you can take this to the extreme and give yourself some really cool hollow points if you're not worried about deforming your bullet too much. So let's give this a hollow point and a half. Now that's a hollow point.
Here's a higher quality image comparing the results to some factory ammunition.
So let's have a look at what's actually happening when we resize this ammo. I'm using different ammo for this to demonstrate because the last ammo I was using was actually pretty decent quality ammunition and it really wasn't doing a whole lot. But I have an unaltered bulk pack round here, and we're just going to measure the outside diameter here. And you can see we've got 222.5, and as I rotate it, it's fairly concentric actually. Some of these rounds I've been getting anywhere from 222 to 224 as I spin it around. But here's a round that I just recently sized here, and let's have a look at what it reads. 224.5, 225, and it's fairly concentric all the way around. So what it does is it's actually, as it squishes the bullet down, it's expanding the projectile out to the inner diameter of the die, and which is 225. And what that does is it fits a little bit tighter in your chamber, and with that little bit extra tightness you get a more uniform pressure spike as the round ignites and the propellant is ignited and the projectile is pushed out of the barrel. And that consistent pressure spike is what you're looking for. You want something, you want the pressure to be the same round to round, and that's going to give you better accuracy and better consistency and velocity. At least that's the way it was explained to me. All I know is that the results sort of speak for themselves. So let's cut to that and we'll see just how well this die actually improves bulk ammunition. So here are some pretty typical results. On the left, the control at 1.41 inches, and on the right, the modified ammunition at 0.82 inches. This was shot at 50 yards. This is Winchester Dynapoint bulk pack ammunition, and I resized it to 5/8 of a turn using the Ely point tip. I shot it through my Marlin 795, and actually I should excuse myself there, I shot it through my wife's Marlin 795 with the ATI Fiber 4 stock. Not exactly your ideal setup for target shooting, but as you can see, you can take some pretty cheap ammo and even using an extremely cheap rifle get some pretty impressive results for 22. So we're looking at just over 1.5 MOA at 50 yards here, and I think the results speak for themselves. So you can see that I've tweaked my die just a little bit. I've drilled a hole and tapped it for this screw, and what that allows me to do is put a round in and then spin this until I get the resistance as soon as I feel that it's touched, and then I can use this as leverage to spin that around exactly how far I want it to go. Usually it's a half turn I found is my most accurate. And the reason for that is the bullets from the factory don't come at a consistent length, and so if you just screw this down and lock it with a locking collar, you're not going to get the same amount of pressure on each bullet as you lower the ram. So that's just something I've done. I found that it does improve the accuracy and the consistency just a little bit. That may be going a little bit too far for most people just looking to improve their bulk ammo a little bit, but I just thought I'd share what I did there and let you know that I did actually get pretty good results with it. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and I hope you're just as impressed with this die as I am. If so, check the description below here. There's a link to Neil's email address. Send him an email, order up one of these dies for yourself. It vastly improves the accuracy and consistency of bulk 22 ammunition, and if you like shooting ammo on the cheap like I do, there's no sense in not going ahead and getting one of these things. So anyway, again, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, check out my other videos. We'll catch you next time.